Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Nerdsmith Presents Yes, My Liege, part of the Nerdsmith Presents Limited series. And Yes, My Liege runs with the Most Trusted Advisor system, a game about being a terrible, awful royal idiot in charge of running a kingdom on behalf of a different terrible, awful royal idiot. My name is Adam. My pronouns are he, they. I am playing the titular royal idiot, the Infante Violet Intolus the Insolvent, whose pronouns are also he, him, or are he, him. With me tonight, for the final time, are the wonderful players. Players, introduce yourselves.
Oh shit, it's me first, isn't it? Fuck. Hi, I'm I was like, I'm pretty sure it is. I'm not entirely positive. Hi, I'm Chelsea. I use they, them pronouns, and tonight I'm going to be playing Lady Miriam the Fair, who uses she, her pronouns. And I'm really excited and also sad because I have a lot of fun in this game, and it ends tonight, and I'm upset about it. That's it, that's me.
Sorry,
just kidding, I play the lover playbook. Forgot that's a thing that we do. Ha ha ha!
Hello. I am Colton, as you can see right down there. I go by any and all, and I am playing Baron Utel the Fourth, the Undefined,
Safe.
and you know, we're having fun. He's an alchemist, and you know, here's the thing. I've been reading a lot of Dune recently, and
Nice.
oh,
I forgot you texted me this.
I did, yeah. It's fine. Everything's good. We're chilling. He who controls the spice controls the universe.
Right. Sorry. Next, please.
Hi.
Take us away from that.
Hi, I'm Dan Pixel, they, them. I am portraying Lady Helena the Valiant, she, her, the Marshal, the Grand General of the nation, and accompanied by her loyal steed, Sir Peanut. I think that's it. There might be something else that we're gonna get into later that's new, and that's fine. I can't wait to drop that one on you. But yeah. I'm rooting through my dice. I don't know where my d6s went.
I don't have my dice. We're professionals.
I like how it's at the fourth week, but we're all like, how do we do this again?
Yeah, we've all forgotten because the shadow of economic downturn is looming over all of us. In the game, in real life too, but in the game
Sure.
specifically.
Sure.
Hi, I'm Gabby. I use he, they pronouns. I am playing as Cal Lorenzo, the Fool, who is the Blackguard playbook. I'm never getting rid of that title. Nope, can't get rid of it. Who uses he, him pronouns.
Fantastic. And before we start, we do have sponsors to shout out, as per usual. First up is Die Hard Dice, home to the friendliest shopkeepers in the realm, carrying quality dice and accessories. Use the code NERDSMITH for 10% off your next order, and just let them know that we sent you. We also are sponsored by Hero Forge, an online character design application that lets users create and buy customized tabletop miniatures and statuettes, releasing exciting new features every Tuesday for their pro subscribers. Use the link in the chat I think it's that direction, to get your pro subscription and help support the network today. Also, World Anvil, another set of world building tools that helps you create, organize, and store your world setting. If you'd like to check out all that you can do with a Sage membership, check out the link also in the chat. And finally, a huge shout out to our artist Cindy Salem on Ko-Fi, who made the bust for this stream. Big fan of those, big fan of them. We should give them a follow. Thank you very much. So to get into it, now Dan, you weren't here last time, so I don't know how much of this you ended up catching if you got a chance to look over the episode, the VOD. You were tasked last week with creating a passive income investment program for peasants, and the group decided that it should be primarily Bitcoin based. This went off without a hitch for the entirety of the session, I would say. Several things happened. A good lawyer died. It doesn't matter how. A former lover got sort of saddled with the responsibility of a failed scheme, of a doomed to fail scheme, I would say.
And being accidental.
By the end, a particularly pissed off archbishop revealed that that Bitcoin was in fact made out of wood. Right after, following on the heels of a scuffle between a couple of the most trusted advisors in an attempt to reveal or hide some blackmail information about one of them. However, all of you got out okay from that whole situation, but Bitcoin did not. It did crash. It has been revealed to be worthless. The economy is in shambles because everyone had sort of transferred their stuff over to Bitcoin. And it's not looking great for the whole kingdom thing. So to solve that, your Liege has decided in his infinite wisdom, his inviolate wisdom, one might say, to declare war on Zobia. And that's where we are today, with the totally justified war on Zobia. And that's
went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Well, that's sort of the mood. Everyone's bustling around, getting things ready. In the courtyard, in the throne room, I think, the commanding throne room. As your liege has gathered you all.
As opposed to the regular throne room.
Well, yes, the war throne room. It's like a war room table, but it also has a huge ass throne in it. Extremely inconvenient because he does have to Actually, I was gonna say he has to get down to move things on the war table, but I think he just has one of those really long sliders.
Of course, he has
comically
servants
long.
that do it for him. Are you
It's
kidding?
10 feet long. He likes to position them himself, actually. But if he nudges one too far and he can't pull it away, he will instruct a servant to go to fix it.
He has a big magnifying glass just so he could see the precise placement.
Exactly. And a telescope on the arm so it can there we go.
Precision scope.
I want to say it's a fucking scope.
And this is the scene as the Infante Inviolate Intolus the Insolvent kind of sits in his throne and grumpily scrapes around little chess figure kind of dealies on a map of Zobia. And that is the scene that you've all been called into. What more important thing have you been dragged away from? Let's go ahead and start with you, Baron Oodle.
Baron is actually there to assist in war planning. Baron is playing the Zobian army, and he has just moved to a shooting phase.
Oh Christ!
Hits on 2 ups. That's a 6 with devastating wounds.
Damn it!
Yes, I believe.
All
that
right.
unit is-
Re-rack.
Oh,
This
yeah.
time, what if the Zobians don't have devastating wounds?
Oh, yes, okay. I'll change the units then. I'm sure this will go.
We're just playing Battleship.
Worse than that, Warhammer.
I think it's the old world technically,
yeah.
but he's not taking kindly to the idea that the Zobian forces might be better equipped than the Dulcinian forces. Speaking of, what important business has Lady Helena been up to?
So, following the intense mourning of the lone practitioner of Judge Judo,
Yep.
and the attempt to instill it in another generation of clerical staff, the announcement of an upcoming war is actually somewhat, positive for her, and it has actually managed to raise her spirits, and is now returned to what, an advanced form of her daily routine, whereas instead of just trying to get the palace guard, up to speed, she's actually, now with the army, and just kicking the shit out of the ones who just cannot keep up.
Makes sense. And you have been unfortunately dragged away from that for a war room meeting. But I imagine you show up in high spirits, given that this situation suits you very much.
Yeah, she's gonna walk in and grip on the leg of one of the soldiers, and the rest of it is just slung over her back, kind of like a rucksack, just walking in as he just sort of dangles limply, knee bent over the shoulder.
Lady Helena, it's excellent to see you giving them an excellent lesson in. What is that a lesson in exactly?
It's a life lesson, my liege.
Of course, they'll need that. They need to live to fight. Someone write that down. The people need my wisdom now more than ever.
Of course, my liege. And she just kind of throws the I don't know if they're conscious or not, but they're now thrown into a corner.
If they were
It
before, they're
applies.
not anymore.
Probably not.
Lady Miriam, you tend to
Yes.
stick close to Intolus. Is that true of today?
I think today she's been trying to quell any unrest that she finds, probably within the castle. She's not going out into the public. That's no. But she'd
It's
quell
rough
any.
out there.
It's real rough out there. She would quell any unrest in the castle about wages, things like that. Just it's pretty words. She doesn't know if they can actually do any of it, but she's doing her best.
I think when you do occasionally make your way to the war throne room, I imagine that involves a lot of gently picking up pieces that have been angrily shuffled off the board and replacing them as need be.
Yeah.
What totally legit and loyal thing is Lorenzo up to in the midst of all this?
Well, this is a fun time around for Count Lorenzo. Well, I think he just got a little package for himself of some pamphlets that he is trying to figure out how he's going to distribute carefully after narrowly avoiding the catastrophe last time.
Yeah. Extremely narrowly avoiding getting executed.
Very. This close. This close.
So, do you have the pamphlets with you when you are summoned to the war room?
So here's what it is. The pamphlets are in a very plain looking, big ass envelope, like a manila envelope kind of dealio.
Ye old manila envelope, yeah.
Exactly, ye old manila envelope. He's gonna have that tucked deep into his doublet, so like you have to go around and go back this way, but he knows the secret way, but this is the most obvious way he shows how you have to do it. And he's gonna keep them in a nice easy pocket for him to easily go whoop, to sneak into people's anything, because I just have to distribute them. They don't have to know I gave it to them.
True. So
Just
the four of you,
just some subtle light reading.
the four of you find your way. Oh, what, I'm curious. What happens to be the title of this pamphlet?
The title of this wonderful pamphlet that I get to distribute to the literate people, because illiterate people would not be able to grasp the nuances of this masterpiece, is On the Most Noble Deeds of the Zobian Dukes.
Excellent.
Which is the perfect thing for me to have to distribute during a time of war declaration.
Indeed. And the four of you find yourself post this declaration of war in the war throne room. Gathered after probably running around all day with your various tasks. Your liege, Intolus, cuts short the game. It goes to time or whatever. And he turns to you all and says, "You've served me well, my most trusted advisors, and I need you to now do the most noble and most wonderful and most beneficial thing you can possibly do for my people, which is explain to them convincingly that it's a really good thing that we're going to war with Zobia."
And how do you... I appear from like one of the shadows of the pillars right next to his throne. And how do you propose we do
Lorenzo.
that, my liege?
Lorenzo, you know what? I'm not... The mind of the populace, collective mind of the populace, is something that I have studied greatly. And what I've learned is that the peasants, for some reason, do not care for war. They're fascinating. What I want is for you to educate them in the benefits, moral and tangible, of serving their country and taking a lot of money from Zobia when we sort of, get in there and
Of course,
see
my
money.
liege. So we'll just find a way to peg that sending their, loved ones to war, possibly not coming back, spending money that we probably don't have because of Bitcoin into these wars.
We definitely don't have it.
Is going to be a very good and helpful thing for our home.
Yes,
What?
perfect.
What if we
You've
spin
nailed it.
as they aren't sending their loved ones to war, we're sending the people they don't like to war?
Well, we will also need to send their loved ones. Just sort of. I've done the math on that one. If we only sent the people that no one liked, it would be we wouldn't have. We wouldn't be making quota on people. Is the thing.
I didn't know peasants were so gung-ho about one another. I can't stand any of them.
They are near and dear to my heart. Personally, I don't like any of them, but as a group, I love them very much. And they need my guidance, and it's less that it's more that we really need quite a lot of them. They listen. Everyone's someone's lovey-dovey or something like that. But the thing is just that we need to. If they only sent people they didn't like, then it would be hard to really sell them on like the idea of war, which is really quite essential to this whole thing. So
Sure.
oh, also get the burgers on board and the lords too, the nobility, if you wouldn't
The
mind.
what? The burgers? The what?
The burgers, the merchants, the burgers,
Burgers. Okay.
the merchant class.
I heard burgers like
No, there's an H in there, but yeah, it's pronounced
Yeah,
burger.
yeah.
You ever watch that one Rankin and Boss Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Burgermeister burger.
Burgermeister. There we go.
Yeah. Great stop motion animation for the time. The 50s. Anyway.
So
Do we not, or do we sure we don't want to divert into more stop motion animation talk?
Oh, I mean, I'm happy to, but I don't think this is quite the stream to do it.
I think that's what the audience came for.
So nobles as well. We have to convince in some way. All right.
Oh, just sort of everyone. Just kind of get everyone. Most of the nobles are pretty much on board. They, you know, they joke about insurrection and the rights of the nobility, but at the end of the day, they're all on board.
Oh yes.
But you do have to remind them that they're on board.
I'm sure that insurrection is probably just a playful word for we're all gung ho.
Yes, I mean, technically it's not even an insurrection. It would be a coup.
Exactly, yes. And that sounds like a much nicer way. It's got a soft, pleasing shape to it. Let's all say it together.
Coup.
Now you just sound like the
Is that
pigeons that I
French?
wake up to.
I believe so, yeah. Who all have you told that we're going to war as well, by the way?
Oh, everyone. I mean, I've sort of announced it. Very, very loudly, officially even. That's why I need you to sort of get everyone on board.
Ah, yes, okay.
Because I can't take it back. Then I'd look silly.
Yes.
People wouldn't believe in me anymore.
And we wouldn't want
They need
that.
to believe in me.
Yes.
Well, anyway. Up to it, I'll be here shuffling pieces around, defeating Zobia in my mind. That's the most important place to defeat Zobia.
Yeah, well, yeah, of
yes.
course, my liege.
Of course.
If I can defeat Zobia in my mind, we can do it on the battlefield.
Yes, because
Best
that's how
thing
warfare
for our
works.
people.
I
That's
do
true.
know those
Thank you,
those die are loaded if you want to, have some advantage.
We'll take that with us into account. We'll take that into account royally. Also, we'll take the loaded dice with us when we invade Zobia, in case they want to play a game.
Perfect. Shall we?
Yeah, sure, why not? The
Yeah.
three of us might as well get a head start. He'll catch up with us eventually.
I would like to have a meeting real quick before we do anything.
Of course you do. Yes.
Yes.
So as we go into the next room,
I propose. And I know the three of you are probably chill with. The two of you are probably chill with it. And I think you will be fine with it, given the circumstances.
Who you pointing to, buddy?
Miriam and Helena, thank you, sorry, as the two, and then Lorenzo is the one.
What if we just did a pigeon speak?
A what?
Cool.
No, I saw where you were going. I saw where you were going with that.
It took me a moment.
I couldn't figure out if Helena understood you or not, because in my mind, she has no idea what everyone's saying. She thinks the word is coop.
No notes.
And so she's been nodding along the whole time, just like.
She's like, yep,
"Mhm."
I understand what's happening here.
However, I think because the metaphor works, and that's why he said like pigeons, birds, coops. Yes.
I understand.
so hard, and then we can, we can, one, get rid of any ideas of going to war, and then we can use our massive tulip treasuries to regain our funds for the country.
So we're going to do a pigeon call
Yes.
to run a tulip scam?
Well, no, not two. We're running the tulip scam after we do the pigeon noise in order to regain our position as a wealthy country.
Shouldn't we do the tulip scam anyway?
Yes.
And then can't we still go to war?
Well, if we go to war, we'll waste all the money that
Lady Helena just wants to go to war so bad.
we got.
Very boring.
I'm going
And
to.
to be fair, we kicked the shit out of Zobia last time. We kind of like trounced them. It was very one-sided.
That is fair, but if we invade a different country instead of Zobia, not only will we have an ally in Zobia, but then we trounce the other country. Like Brants.
I'm listening.
I hate the French.
The French!
Oh my fucking god!
I think this might
What
be
I really-
able.
What I really appreciate here is that we've diverted into no, let's totally do a war on a different country, which does not require pulling a coup. It just requires convincing your monarch to invade a different country, and you're still very set on the coup.
I want to do
let's
a
go.
Ooh!
That's totally fair. I want to make sure I know what's
God.
happening here.
Stomps foot.
Chat, look, I was going to say French because F is for fantasy and fantasy French, but then I realized if I just called them the French.
Yeah,
But
doesn't
no, you
work
wouldn't
that
do
way
that.
on this one.
All right, so who's good at putting things into people?
Be a
I feel
little
like
more
you need to be a
specific,
bit
but I
more
think it's me.
specific.
I need to be a lot more specific.
I have this.
And Oodles shows up in a bubbling green potion.
It's undetectable.
That's definitely not me, no.
Oh,
I thought you were
What?
going to... there were two ways that I could have taken that, and you did not go either direction.
well, I don't want any of us to be, known that we're doing a pigeon noise. Otherwise, I'd just have you go in there and break the fool's neck.
I'm the fool.
The other fool, you fool.
Damn it.
Just out of curiosity, not to
Is
put
this
you on the
poison?
spot.
Yes.
Not to put you on the spot, Chelsea, but is Lady Miriam like officially down with a coup?
So the thing is, she's only here and dealing with the king because it's a cushy life. She
Totally
can find
fair.
someone else.
That's true. Yeah,
And
that's
he's an
good
idiot.
to know.
We love a gold digger. We love a gold
Yeah.
digger.
She knows who
Fully
she
separate,
is, babe.
yeah.
She knows who
There's
she
a
is.
there's a lot of
And he's an
cushy,
idiot.
wealthy nobles in France, was it?
There's so many everywhere.
It's chock full of them.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's got a lot of money.
So you want to know something funny? Because it's so fortuitous that you happen to pull up a vial of what What? This is a vial of poison?
I call it well, I call it the Kingmaker 3000.
The king. Why 3,000? What happened to the other 2,999?
How does
Oh.
it make kings? Isn't it-
Well, you put it in one king, and then another one shows up.
Wouldn't you rather call it the king replacer?
Doesn't have the same ring to
Not
it.
how monarchy works at all.
No, but anyway, it'll make the person who ingests it trip balls for about 10 minutes and then die.
It's so funny that you bring this up, Colton, because I'm the master, apparently, of picking titles I don't think were gonna be fucking useful, but maybe they actually fucking will be. As a royal cupbearer, I can spend a ducat and slip something into someone's goblet unnoticed.
Awesome.
We can
God.
just get this done in like 5 minutes. Just call it, just
Yeah,
wrap it up. Sweet, cool.
That short fucking session tonight, guys.
Session, guys, we did it!
I think we're gonna finish up by 10 here.
A little coup
if
is a
it's-
treat.
How
it's a
is
little-
it that I'm
little too
able
is a
to
treat,
do this?
Everyone.
Gabby,
Okay.
the gift of prophecy.
Apparently.
All right, well,
Okay.
shall
have-
we?
Hold on. Hold up. Boop, pause. I don't know why I did that whole thing. We need to play things out here. We need to puppet him a little bit here.
Oh.
We need to string him along, as it were. We need to cover our bases. Make it seem like we can just lie, but we still have to lie about lying. About lying? Anyway, we should still go out, kind of do what he asks, so that way if he asks some people, our bases are covered there. And
Sure.
then, as a celebration, we give him the poison. We gotta get him. It's gonna be so much more satisfying if we have him in high spirits. And then kill him with a good spirit.
I'm just worried in the 10 moments that he's tripping balls, he might do something exceptionally dangerous.
You fucking know it.
Yes, the poison. The poison for the Invante. Invante's poison. The poison chosen especially for the Invante.
I put in your cup
No.
the gum jabbar.
So
God, you have it on a Dune bench.
how do you what's your first step? What's your first step in faking going to war enough to make
I'm
enough
just
to make
loving the looks of
Infante?
horror and excitement each of us have in our own way. Actually, mostly from Dan and Chelsea.
I mean, Lady Helena kind of wants to go to war.
That's what the brunch are
We can
for.
still go to
Yeah.
war. No one's saying we're not.
I know who we sell the tulips to.
Who?
The Zobians. We sell the tulips to the
Deplete their money.
Zobian.
Yeah, deplete their money. Perfect.
And then we go to war with the brunch.
They don't have money for resources and things.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah.
All right. So
Means we're going to war. I'm sold.
As long as it ends with bloodshed, she's good.
So, are you trying to find a Zobian ambassador to try and, are you trying to find someone with Zobian contacts to effect a sale?
That's a good question. Does anyone here know anyone from Zobia?
Not on speaking terms, no.
No, I
No.
like my head on my body. So
Okay.
I've kind of got a bit of a bad reputation amongst the Zobians. Maybe you shouldn't use me in negotiations.
Fair.
I you know, they call
you killed a lot
they
of
have a
them, yeah.
name for me. Yeah, they have a moniker for me.
What is it?
I'm the Blood Mane, and she like tosses like her like very
love
red
her.
hair.
I love her so much.
That's all AF.
Was
You got
I
stained.
honestly, I haven't found a better conditioner than Zobian blood. It was really, really good. Like it's thick. It had a nice weight to it. But maybe the branch would
The
be better.
FDA would
Maybe-
like to have some words with Lady Helena.
Maybe I branch out.
Yes.
You branch out.
Out.
There we go.
Yes.
No, but seriously, you shouldn't use me as any form of negotiator with Zobians.
Understood.
So badly.
I would like to remind anyone else that we all have agreed to do a pigeon noise. If you do have Zobian contacts, we're already in for a penny. Might not be in for a pound.
No takers? No one speaks up? I'm curious.
I'm so sorry. Can you run that by me one more fucking time? Dan killed me just a little bit.
Oh, I'm guilting Gabby.
Yeah, you're clear. You're clear, Chelsea. Don't worry about it.
Okay, got it.
Hell, why do
Oh.
you keep asking like that? I just told you
No, yeah,
they don't like me.
No, yes.
Oodle knows someone.
I know a wine merchant. Not
A
someone who's...
Zobian wine merchant.
Yeah, well, that's actually interesting because where his vineyard is was originally Dulcinian land, but was taken over by Zobia 112 years ago, which actually means he is still Dulcinian even though he lives in Zobia.
How old is he?
114.
So he was 2 when he took over it?
He wasn't the one who took it over.
Got it.
Inherited it.
Yes.
You know the way it goes.
Mm-hmm.
As a 2-year-old, it's a rough life. Being he pulled himself up by his bootstraps. Sorry, his booty straps.
His onesie
Alright.
straps. You missed an opportunity for onesie straps.
These were booties. I've seen them.
I know, but onesies.
I have a niece.
Anyway.
Anyway.
I don't have any ducats, I don't think, unfortunately.
Alright, so let's go fake some approval and go from there. We do need to get this all relatively done quickly, because I would not like to have to recall all the troops halfway to Zobia to go the entire other direction. That would be bad for morale.
Yes, indeed. Because that's what's bad for morale.
Yes.
As you are wrapping up your talk here, who should appear strolling grandifiously down the hallway. But what was the Archbishop's name?
Oh, fuck.
It was Valentino.
Archbishop Valentino. Archbishop Valentino, who looks at you all and says, "How goes the Holy War with Zobia?"
Oh, it's only one now.
It goes fantastic! Your archbishopiness.
What's the name of this religion?
Rachel, are you well?
It is.
Who has a religion name? A good religion name for this.
The Path of the Circle.
Yeah, one word.
Roundonian.
Roundonian, thank you. Excellent. We'll show those East Roundonians true faith.
You know what?
They'll rue the day they split from Center Roundonian, the Center Roundonian faith.
Yes, that we'll show them. Your archbishopness. We have a proposal for you that might
Ooh.
work well for the both of us.
Hmm.
You see, in order to, fulfill this holy war, we are looking for investors. And the church recently, I know, because I helped set it up, has come into a lot of real money. Now, we are not asking for a donation. However, we are willing, the castle and me, to trade a large sum of very valuable tulip bulbs for your wealth in order to help fund this war.
In what color tulip? And go ahead and give me.
We're gonna start a whole new market bubble. Fuck.
Oh, the tulip bubble has already been formed. We're just trying to escape it.
Yeah, you're trying to bail before it. Let's see. Seems like
Appease or bluster?
This seems like bluster.
Okay, cool. I'm better in bluster. That's a 6, baby. Yeah!
The negative outcome here was going to be that you was going to be you just named the wrong color.
Sure.
And he won't deal. But yeah, that doesn't happen. You named the right color. Or what color? I mean, it'll be the right color. But what do you say?
It's a brilliantly fashioned new species of tulip that actually produces gold leaves.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
That's excellent. That's the color of the church.
It is.
That's why we plate everything in gold.
It will go wonderful.
It's very expensive, but it's worth it. It's
Yes.
worth more than all of our charitable outreach combined. That's why we have so many gold palaces. God wants them. Whichever god we worship. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
Well, anyway.
I'll praise the circle.
If you would just sign this document.
And I pull from Oodles a bill of sale of 10,000 tulip bulbs.
Yeah, cool. Well, congrats on solving that one within 4.5 minutes.
We're speedrunning this.
I had no plans. I was
Kingdom
gonna
coup,
try to
any
sell it to the
percent.
king. That was the only plan that I had. I was gonna try to get him in more shit.
That's better
Well,
than what I
alright.
was gonna do. I was
Alright.
just gonna try
Well-
and, force all of the
Bully
soldiers to buy. I was gonna have the army buy them and just have like a group investment. So,
We were gonna have some aspect of the government buying these tulips at one
Yeah.
point or another.
Yeah.
So, he does. He
All right,
does
well
take
that was easy.
he signs, and he does say, he hands it back to you, he says, have the tulips sent over to not the cathedral, send them over to my house. I'd like to look at them first. And also, your payment will be, the payment is sort of in the, in all the gold is in the cathedral, but it's down in like the catacombs. We just sort of stick it in there with the bones, and we draw it out in buckets whenever we really need it.
You want all of the flowers delivered to your house?
Yes. I want to fill a big empty space with them, and then I want to swim around a little bit.
Throw in a little asbestos, they will flourish under asbestos.
Yes, I always do my swimming with asbestos.
Gotta bring it full circle. This is the episode for full circle, baby.
Don't
Much
send
like
it
the
to my-
religion.
Send it to that big hole that's already
the
lined with
ones we work in,
asbestos. I'll buy that. I'll swim around in there. I'll seize it under the eminent domain of the church.
Oh, well, I would. The asbestos hole it's It's currently getting washed. I would not recommend buying it at the moment. Wait like 2 days.
Well, send the tulips there anyway.
Yes.
I do want to. I'll test it out. I'll borrow it. No one else is using it. I don't even have to buy it. It'll be a little swim. It'll be just a fun little dip in tulip bulbs. You know, they say it does wonders for the skin.
Oodle
and the soul.
Oodle
Wonders
pulls
for
out
the
a
soul.
notepad and is like doing some math.
That's part of our religion now. Tulip bulbs are good for the soul.
Yes, of
No,
course.
actually, that's fine. Yeah, no, enjoy your tulip bulb swimming.
It's because they're round, you see, just like the circle.
Yes, no, because that makes complete sense for.
You must always surround yourself with round things.
Mm-hmm. Yes, much like the church. Brilliant as always, Your Eminence.
Yes.
Corners are the devil's shape.
Okay.
As he's talking,
he watches.
wait, as he's talking and
Okay,
spouting
sorry.
all this stuff about rand stuff, can I slip a pamphlet into his holy robes?
Yeah. I think. That is going to be something.
Oh, yeah.
But that seems like. Skulk, you're moving quickly and quietly.
Skulk?
And you are the consequence here will be that he sees you and remembers this to report it probably pretty immediately, or he will
Well,
go to
we'll see
report it
about that.
pretty immediately.
We'll see about that. So you said skulk?
That is Skulk.
I finally took a point in skulk.
Nice.
A point.
That. This is
That's
just.
all you need. Four? All right. So you do slip the pamphlet.
Is he be
I think he doesn't see you as you slip it into his robes, but he does see you putting it back, and he catches some of the words, and you see him stop suddenly and says, "I need to go to the Infante and Violet about pleasing shapes
That's
for
a.
Before you do
our
that,
armies to form."
I forgot one thing we have to do. Normally, when people sign a document of this power, we toast. We make a toast.
And
I don't have a ducat!
out of Oodle, I pull 2 vials of bubbling green liquid.
Okay.
The one in my left hand is fine. It tastes like cherry Kool-Aid. The one in my right hand is the Kingmaker 3000.
Christ.
Are you going to iocane powder
Doing
this
you-
shit?
No, I'm just handing him the poison. I'm doing you a favor. Hold on.
I have twists!
I have poison,
All right.
and I don't like this guy.
So
And he already signed the document.
I have poison. I don't like this guy.
That's so goddamn funny.
this also seems like bluster. I will say the consequence here is absolutely that you drink the wrong one.
Sure.
And you will get a condition, a very particular condition.
I think that's valid. I think that's very
all right.
valid.
Roll high.
And all right.
All right. No whammies.
Shit.
No whammies. No whammies. Not technically whammies. That's a 4.
Okay. All right. So 4 is you do get what you want with the misfortune. And so what happens here is he will take it from you in the voluminousness of his robes. He takes them both accidentally and then hands one back. And you both quaff them. He says, after you've both drunk, He says, "Oh, cherry Kool-Aid. What's yours?" And swaps back. He takes a big sip of the Kingmaker 3000. And then his eyes just get really,
Wait, they've
really
both
wide.
had a sip of it?
We've both had a sip of it.
Oh no!
So in about a scene more, you are going to take the condition.
Hold on. I'm spending a
alright.
twist.
Okay. Okay.
Before right after,
Oh, excuse me. These always give me some stomachache issues.
and I'll pull out of Oodles an antitoxin that are
Sure.
shaped like fantasy tums and pop
Sure.
one.
You prepared for this!
Yeah, I wouldn't, carry a super deadly
Still!
ingestible poison and green cherry Kool-Aid without preparing.
Adam's having a time with how all of us are just circumventing all this.
So, all right. So you have the antidote. And he has, his eyes are quite wide, and he says, "I think I need to go pray
I think that's
or
what
something." And he does begin to wander off. He bumps into a few walls on his way there. To make matters worse, however, he has drunk all of the Kingmaker 3000.
Oh, well, I'm gonna have to make more
Aside
of
from the
this.
sip that you took.
Sure.
So you will have to make more of that if you want it.
We have more of those.
Well, I don't, but I only need like an hour to brew one.
So then
All right,
we have
so
an
we're
hour.
at at least like 3 hours, because that's how long it's going to take you to get there, and then how long
Make
it's going to
it.
get back.
I would say 4 just to be safe.
You know what? You're right. You're right.
Yes.
In the meantime, the rest of us could still probably spread some news of a war just to get the people going. We tell the people we're going to go to Zobia. That's going to get people really upset. We'll do a bad job at hyping it up, and that way the people will be so happy when we pigeon noise with everything, and then we can just go to the war with Brants. There we go. I think that, well, we also have to make sure we convince the nobles as well. I have some ways to do that. I might have some ways to do that. But I think if we are able to convince the nobles and the peasants that we are going to war with Zobia, and then reverse engineering that with, the pigeon noise, I think we got a plan.
Yes.
Does that count as overcomplicating a simple plan?
Sure.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm trying to get all the ducats I can get.
Yeah,
I
well,
support
now's
it.
the time. So you do have to do something to fail to get the people on board with war in Zobia, in order to get them on board with coup and then war in Brants.
Yes.
What is your first step in this plan?
The nobles are pretty stupid, so it could be easy to sway them in either which direction.
That's true. Who's
And then
your?
yeah.
When I say what's your first step, what I'm trying to say is like, where do we go? What's the next scene? What's the who do we
Let's
show
find
up
a
talking to?
Let's find a stupid noble,
Also, make sure we need.
aside from the 4 of us.
Can we just say we sent some servants to go drain the money well of the church?
Yeah, sure. You don't need to. Well, yeah, you don't need to necessarily oversee that yourself. Although I will say, I will hold that as a potential misfortune if it comes up later.
I'm fine with that. If everyone else is, because I have a potion to make. Unless we want
Hey.
to split up.
This is
Send
the episode
Irrelevant.
for. Yeah, I was gonna mention irrelevant. Irrelevant
True.
still standing
Irrelevant
strong.
to do it. Irrelevance had too much time off.
Yeah.
Who
Awesome.
needs that much time to recover from broken bones? I mean,
I don't even know how long it's been. I take out the train whistle or whatever the hell it is and just like honk on it.
There's a long pause, after which you hear a sort of a thumping sound, and Irrelevant hobbles his way into view. Arms and legs in a cast. One arm, one leg in a cast, so he can still hobble. No, it's both legs. He's just hobbling on the cast. Ah, yes, my lady.
What took you so long?
Well, you see, it's my legs are broken, but I'm still walking on them, and the cast is very stiff, and I can't bend my legs. And also, every time I walk on them, it hurts, because I'm not supposed to put weight on them, because the cast it's not do anything if I constantly walk around, and so it's just very painful. And my legs are still broken, and I think it smells bad in there, and I think they're rotting off.
All right. Well, I've got a job for you.
Yes, my lady.
We have brokered a deal with the church. They are buying tulips from us. And
The nebulous us, yes.
Nebula. What? Never mind.
Yes.
And you know, we need you to facilitate the moving of their funds from their treasury into the royal treasury.
He looks at the cast with both his arms, and he says, "Yes, my lady," and starts to see if he can form his fingers into shovels of some kind, goops, as it were.
She'll like pat him on the shoulder. It's like, it's fine work, lad. Carry on.
He hobbles off down the hall, the same direction as the Archbishop, and after a moment, you hear a collision and a soft moan from him, and you hear the Archbishop say, "I think the walls are breathing more than I am."
"10 minutes of tripping balls, you say?"
Well, probably less. He drank the whole thing in one chug. It was actually rather cool to watch.
How much of that
I
are
was
you
going to say it was
supposed
very
to-
impressive.
Oh, I mean, no. It's designed to be quaffed, not chugged.
First time I've ever seen someone shotgun a vial before.
It's almost a shame that he's going to die. Anyway, goodbye.
From down the hall, from even further down the hallway, you hear someone say, "Bishop, what are you doing?" And you hear the Archbishop's voice reply, "I'm joining the Heavenly Circle."
You cut
And then
out.
a
You're joining the
loud-
what?
Think I'm joining the Heavenly Circle.
Oh
Great circle in the sky. And then there is a
Great
very
big
loud
circle
thud.
in the sky. Oh no, he died.
As the Archbishop collapses, perhaps a bit prematurely.
no! I think we hit 10.
Chug the entire thing.
Pull out my pocket sundial. Is that even 10 minutes?
Shotgun
Did chug the entire thing.
Yes.
Shotgun the vial of it.
All right. Well, off to the stairs. God, I hate this place.
Make sure to take the slide on the way down.
No, it's more dangerous than
That's why I was placed there. For you, so we can more quickly get down.
It's really nice outfit.
What was that?
Nothing.
And Baron Ootle goes to concoct a new Kingmaker 3000.
Hold on. I don't want to let you get away just yet.
Oh, sure.
Lady Haller's like, what? Are you afraid of a little slide, Baron?
My skin is made out of paper, and my bones are made out of glass, and that slide is made out of concrete.
I always thought it was made out of marble.
Shot through a mortar wall and fell at least 30 feet. And I am fine.
Yes,
Surely you can handle one tiny little slide.
the issue is I've been drinking Kingmakers 1 through 2,999. It has made my
That's
body brittle.
So you're off to make Kingmaker 3001.
No, just 3,000. This was the one that worked.
Perhaps
Got it.
move with a little haste if you took the slide.
Yeah, but yes, I'll think about it. Goodbye.
Really appreciate that Baranoodle was making a poison knowingly and still decided that he would be the best test subject for its efficacy.
Baron Oodle very definitely tests it on someone first, and
Okay.
then will drink it, trip the balls, and then take the antitoxin.
I see. So he wants all the benefits.
He takes it
Yeah.
recreationally.
A life-ending high without, the downside. The one fairly significant downside.
The one permanent downside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I was going to call it the water of life, but that was trademarked.
Can't keep doing this.
Yes, I can.
Fucking
Try and stop.
Oh, he's having Dune
Baron
reference, you
Oodle.
motherfucker!
Baron Oodle toddles off to his tower.
Toddles is a
The
perfect
rest
word.
of you have an even stupider noble to find.
Yep.
To sway politically.
Yep.
And do you have someone in mind, or should I come up with someone?
I have someone.
Yeah.
The Lord of the Bedroom.
I
Oh.
The guy that Lorenzo was trying to schmooze at the at Baron Oodle the Sixth funeral. I mean, we don't have to,
That was
but I think it's
not
funny.
Oh, those are two different characters. The one I joked about being like a Lord of the Bedroom was someone
yeah.
that
The
someone that Miriam knew.
wood.
Oh,
wood,
yes.
yes.
noble.
The
That
Lord of the
was- yes.
Wood. Lord of
Yes.
Wood.
Lord of the
that's-
Wood.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was
Yup.
John. That was John. That was the.
God,
Yeah.
John.
So do we want John? Do we want the that was not your funeral, Baron Oodle.
No, it was the funeral of Baron Oodle the Sixth.
Oh, that was the funeral of the
The
judge.
last,
Judge.
yeah, that
Who
was
looked
the judge.
exactly like me.
The
I'm
last
sorry.
user of
That
That was
Judge
their name,
Judah.
yeah.
I totally forgot his name. Thank you. For reminding me of that
The
ridiculous
last practitioner
detail.
of Judge Judah.
The first, last, and only practitioner of Judge Judah, unfortunately. So do we want John, the musician? Do we want the Master of Wood, whose name that I do not remember at all?
He never
or
had
do we-
one. I don't think he ever
If
had.
he ever had one.
Nope.
Or do we
He
want...
didn't.
I think he's probably jobless on account of immediately after it was revealed that Bitcoin was wood, a planted scourge of termites through the city and sort of also destroyed all the Bitcoin. So that guy's probably not up to much.
The Woodmaster.
Yes, or do we want a third NPC?
You know what? Hold on, I'll cross that bridge when we get there. Never mind.
No worries. Never too late to introduce a new person.
Oh well, I know
in
someone,
fact-
but she hates me.
That's perfectly
She's probably
good.
also smarter than she looks, and I don't think she's the kind of person we want on our side. Or no, wait, maybe she is.
I think go for it because it'll add like a fun challenge to the scene.
Okay, I might not know a noble, stupid enough, but I might know someone who can, give us a backup plan if Baron's thing doesn't work. I do know someone who I know a poisoner. Carlotta kind of fucking hates my guts, but we could work with that. That is my foe on my blackguard list.
Carlotta, a poisoner.
So we could make it work.
So that Carlotta is a noble, and she is also a poisoner, and the poisoner is recreational.
Absolutely.
No. She is the her noble title is that she is the noble mistress of poisons. It is her job to come up with new poisons for the Infante and Violet to totally not use, because that would be
Totally not.
deeply unethical unless it is absolutely and
Listen,
completely necessary.
Listen, you can't make cures for poisons unless you know how they work.
That's true. You can't make cures for poisons unless you're making new poisons constantly.
Exactly. Yeah. What kind of industry is it if you don't have new things to make?
Yep. You know, we put a lot of money into the poison making industry, and that's because it really stimulates the economy. And Carlotta, she spends that everywhere.
It ultimately helps us in our goal, you know?
Yep. We're making the world a safer place by spending so much money on poisons.
Poisons and
Is
poisons.
really what's happening here. Anyway. Yes. So Carlotta's tower has, I think there's like little like skull and crossbone like a motif in all the decorations. It's the door, the lock on the door is like a skull, and like the mouth is like the keyhole. There's also emblazoned on the door itself as like a relief. It's not subtle.
I hardly fuck with that though.
So does she. And do you knock? Do you sort of barge? What's the deal here?
I opened the door. Carlotta!
Lorenzo, so good to see you again.
Excellent to see you. Wave at
I'm
the
not
other
feeling peckish.
With your cooking, absolutely not.
I slaved over them all day.
Nope. Carlotta.
Well, fine.
We have information to spread and inform you of. And
do you?
You've probably heard from the great Infante. Plan is we're going to war with Zobia.
Yes, quite. I've been making up so many excellent poisons. I've got poisons that we can apply to weapons. I've got poisons that we can sneak into their camps and distribute in their food supplies. I've got poisons that we can introduce to their society and then slowly, destroy them from the inside out with. I've got all sorts of things. It's a great time for poison making. I've got poisons that are only poisons in the sense that they will kill you, but really it's more about just like drowning you in them and it hurting the whole time. I'm workshopping it.
I call it hot water.
That's another way to make a hot toddy.
Well, she chuckles.
With that joke.
And she says, "Now, what is it precisely that you need from me, Lorenzo?"
There's been so much happening. Gabby genuinely has forgotten what we're doing at this point.
Vaguely, your plan is to
Backup
badly
plan.
try to convince
Backup
people about war with Zobia. You're trying to unsuccessfully convince them about war with Zobia, and then stage a coup, and then use the popularity that the coup will undoubtedly bring you to stage a real war with.
I know what to use her for. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Carlotta, you're so generous with your poisons. I would know.
Everyone should have some poisons.
Yes,
That's my motto.
Yes, you've slipped some into my drinks in the past. That's neither here nor there.
You
I have
keep
one?
surviving.
I do. Isn't it funny how that happens? I'm just fun that way. I would love it if I could have a vial of some of your most potent, quick-acting ones.
I would love to give you a vial of my most quick-acting poison, Lorenzo. Are you sort of do you prefer like just a little shot glass, or shall I inject it, or are you really sort of a vapors man? You vape?
Who's the?
You vape, Lorenzo? Are you a vapor? You a big vape head, Lorenzo?
Do you blow fat clouds?
Do you have a ring, Lorenzo?
I can't breathe.
How many alms, Lorenzo?
Baron Oodle leaves the scene after gathering the necessary ingredients.
Supplies.
Can you send the cart through the ring? And do all the smoke tricks.
You want the sickest vape of your life, Lorenzo?
Oh, my stomach hurts.
Do you want the ultimate vape, Lorenzo? They call it dancing with the hangman, Lorenzo. Are you ready? Are you prepared?
Oh, gods, help me. Oh, circle, help me. Okay. It's not for me. It's someone else.
Damn it.
It's for so. Why is this the part that breaks me?
I'm sorry that the last 30 seconds have not spent muting ourselves and looking away, wiping away tears, gang. Audience.
My stomach hurts.
She looks very put out. She is willing to entertain you. She does keep trying to slip innocuous vials into your pocket as you talk.
Well, so long as they're in my pocket, that's fine.
Well, in the hopes that later you'll be like, ooh, a gummy, huh?
Poisoned gummies is what she's
Poison is her passion.
I need a clarification. Does she run a fucking head shop?
Kind of.
No, she does.
It's not canon.
She runs. I mean, they'll make everything in here will make you feel interesting.
Okay.
You'll get some new experiences out of everything that she has available.
Well, she's slipping poison gummies into my pocket. I would like to slip a pamphlet into hers.
Sure. Again, make me a skulk. Yeah.
Better fucking 6!
Nice. All right. She does not notice. She is going to come away from this with a fun new pamphlet about the valorous acts, the honorable acts,
the
acts of the dukes.
The most with an E, noble deeds of the Zobian dukes.
Thank you.
That most with an E is very important.
Extremely important. You really have to put some stank on the E. So yeah, she's hearing you out while you slip things into each other's pockets. What is it that you'd say to her?
We're just shady as fuck. Now, so something that can, easily be with a drink, not very flavorful, something easily masked, even water probably, maybe not water, he's not, water, not water, I can't talk, Gabby forgot words, Jesus fuck. Something easy to slip into, a drink, maybe food, but preferably a beverage of some sort, even if it can easily, go down the gullet if they're asleep and they're a wipeout sleeper, something like that. Because Count Lorenzo imagines that the Invante is an open mouth snorer.
Terrible. What's the
I
name
can
for
confirm.
There we
I
go.
know
Yeah.
you can.
This wouldn't end up being a funny joke anyway. I'm just trying to remember the name for like the thing that goes on with your nose when you snore badly. Cool. That was a funny 10 seconds. Great job.
More than that.
You finish your spiel. She says, so he's not a vapor.
No, don't think so.
That's a
No.
shame. I've been really whipping up some cool stuff with vapors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, okay. Well, not vapors as an ER, vapors as an OR. Vapors for the vapors, as they say. Well, anyway, who's this for, by the way?
Oh, this is just me preparing. There's so many people who want to get at me and I want to get back at them. So I'm really just preparing for the future for when the opportunities, hits that I can get back at a couple of people.
Lorenzo,
me.
the thing is, I would kind of like it if... The thing is, Lorenzo, I would kind of enjoy it if they got at you.
I know.
This inclines me to help you get at them.
Tell you what, I'll only use the poison. I'll only use the poison if they make an attack on me first.
Ooh, I'm not. I'm still not sold. No, sorry.
What can I do?
Is there anything on your sheet that would?
It's what I'm looking for.
Also, just out of curiosity, are you trying to get a poison for the king? Because I'm currently making one.
I'm getting several poisons just because they're fun to have.
Oh, fair enough.
Poison redundancy.
Plus, if you happen to feed your poison to... We might need to poison someone else. Who knows?
That's
true.
We might need to poison a couple of people this episode. We're just preparing. You've already poisoned the Archbishop. Might as well. That's kind of setting the precedent for we should probably be ready to poison other people.
You're just working your way through the heads of state here.
Yeah. Okay. No, I can't. I'm trying to think of what I can do to make her.
You can also just attempt to convince her in a different way, and then even if it's not you can. It could be something that you don't have a lot of points in, and that will be an interesting thing to have.
So here's what he'll do. He'll dramatically, quickly look at Lady Helena and Lady Miriam, and then he'll look back and go, "Look," he's lowering his voice. So here's the truth. I kind of know some people who like the feel, the rush of poisons. I figured I'd give it a shot, but I don't want anyone else to really pick up on that, But I just thought it would be very exciting. And who knows, I might not have enough antitoxins to prevent it.
So this is definitely a lie, but I think that I can still see this being a tease because you're absolutely
she hates my
telling her
guts.
what she wants to hear.
Absolutely,
she wants
I
you to
am.
poison yourself. It'd be great. Yeah,
That's
go ahead and give me a piece. Fuck. All right. She tricks
To
him
be
immediately.
fair, because I have 1 point in a piece, I rolled a 6 and a 1, so thank God I'm very thankful it was a 6.
If you have 1 point in a piece, that's just rolling 1 die.
I thought I was rolling 2.
No, that's if you have nothing.
I've been
and then you take the
misunderstanding.
lower.
Yeah, for...
All right, so
Okay, I
go ahead.
re-rolled. It's a
Two is
5.
The lowest. If you don't-
It's 5.
Okay, so
Still
it's a
pretty
5.
Good. I misunderstood how that worked. My bad.
Okay. So she hands you she perks up immediately. And she takes she just starts grabbing things off of shelves and throws them into a little goodie bag, and she thrusts it into her hands and she says, "Perfect, excellent. No, I mean these will all do that. Here, try one now." And she rips in a sack and sticks it up in front of your nose.
Okay.
And
Actually, I prepared for this as a twist.
okay.
Because I knew I was going to Carlotta, I knew she
Sure,
was
of
gonna
course.
try to poison me. I've
Yeah,
already
yeah.
taken, like, just before we had entered the door, I had taken an antitoxin that would preemptively get rid of any poisons that would try to get into my system. Just because I know Carlotta and her poisons.
Can I make a functionally the same thing, but a perhaps like more ridiculous version?
Of course,
Which
please.
is that you, knowing that Carlotta has been big on vapors recently, you have preemptively like stuffed like
Wait,
wax in your nose, but like
Yeah,
way
blocked your
deep in
nose.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like
I-
these little bulges right up like there, basically.
He's been very uncomfortable this entire time.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Retroactively, I need everyone who's watching to go back and imagine that Lorenzo sounded like that
Talking quite like this, I'm sure it's quite still respectable.
for the last scene. Yeah. And
I would
she's-
expect nothing less from the fool.
she fills your arms with poisons, and then ushers you out the door, and clasping kind of like her hands giddily to her chest as she watches you walk away, and anticipates looking forward to news of your death.
So she really hates you. What did you do to her?
We went on a date once and it didn't go very well.
she's kind of hated my guts ever since because I kind of dumped her after the first date because I said that, she wasn't very, she was kind of dull. She was boring. I said poisons were stupid.
I can understand why she's so mad at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the one hand, I agree. Poisons are dumb. On the other hand, I can't believe you said that.
Rude.
Use your head.
I am using my head. Holds up all the poison. Why do you think I have all of these?
One of them falls out of your arms and shatters on the steps, and there's like this little like poof of green vapor and green smoke that like forms a skull. You know how it is. We've seen movies.
We should get away from that.
Mm-hmm.
Her stuff is very potent, even inhaling it, so we should go.
And as you make your way away, I think that looks like a very good time for us to take our 10-minute break.
Yeah.
So we will come back from that. Everyone go ahead and take your, take some time, grab some water,
Get some
stretch, go to the
popcorn.
bathroom, etc., etc. Yeah, get something to snack
Prepare
on while you
not
watch
to
us.
die of laughter.
And yeah, don't choke on whatever it is. Don't make it chokeable. And then get back here and watch us kill a dude, I guess.
Hell yeah.
At least one.
Yeah, one of several, maybe. Who's to say?
Coup d'etat.
All right. We'll see you in 10 minutes. Hello, welcome back. We are back from our break. When last we left off, we had just gotten a huge selection of poisons, and we're on our way to do something else. You are doing that when one of the other guards, I would say, a squire, someone who would report to you very directly, Lady Helena, comes up to you and says, "Ma'am, there's a contingent of people here. They call themselves the he can't read. He racks his brain. Says they call themselves the anti-Zobian volunteer regiment, and they're here to march away to war on Zobia right away. I think they need weapons and armor and everything like that."
Right.
They think it's a great idea, war with Zobia.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
They're very in support of it, and also the Infante.
Can you count?
How high?
How high can you count?
How high can I count?
Okay, that answers
More-
that question.
More than 15, but not by much.
Great. Tell you what. send them over to the barracks, and I will be with them shortly.
Yes, ma'am. He wanders off
Were there more than
to go
15?
do that. And from here, you
I'll
can
count
kind of
later.
see through the gates. There's just like a comically large progression of people. It's like a stream that goes on for like it's like we look at it and it goes on for like a solid minute of just people like walking very quickly.
So more than 15.
Quite a lot more than 15.
So we've got people already interested.
Oh!
Does this
Back out!
change our plans in any real way? I mean, listen, I've been very expressive about my desires, and I'm not particularly picky. So, you know, if we revert to the original plan, is that an issue? Or
Depends on
are we
how-
going to try and convince that many people?
Depends on how successful we want the pigeon noise to be. I'm just gonna call it pigeon noise from now on.
Is the pigeon noise dependent on that switch up, or does that go off either way?
I feel like it goes off either way.
Behind Helena.
Hello!
Oh God!
Oh,
Where'd you come
Little
from?
shit.
just tries not to drop any more of the poisons in his arm.
I've finished concocting the potion.
Would you like me to roll to concoct the potion?
I would, yes. Negative consequence here. Yes. Negative consequence here will probably be that something goes wrong with it.
That's a set.
That you have not noticed.
Yeah.
Fine.
I have
Well-
three. I have three in concoct. So
Yeah.
Listen, what's
You
gonna
have-
happen is what always happens. We're gonna do great at the setup and like everything, and then when it gets to the end, when
is
there's
what happens!
consequences, we
That
fuck it
has,
up.
that is what has happened!
I know.
You were right, I only just realized it!
So, Baron,
Yes.
you might have noticed the comically large assembly of people who are totally down to go fight Zobians.
Right.
Where are we at here? I'm
So Zobian's that way. We tell them that it's that way.
In the direction of Brant's.
Yes, we tell them that Zobia has rebranded to Brant's. Rebranded, you one might say. And we just send them off.
I see.
I mean, they've never seen a map. They can't read.
They don't know the east and the west.
No.
Well, maybe they do,
Probably
but
true.
we can tell them that it's switched up recently.
Yes.
Did they all look like peasants, or is it like a mix?
Yeah, they were peasants.
Okay, well, that helps. All right, well, I'm gonna go and talk to them, and we're gonna see what's going on there,
Okay.
because they're going to want to get going probably right away, and just keeping in mind for timetables and all of that.
Yes, I do appreciate if we do the pigeon noise in like 4 hours or so.
Sure.
Yes.
Excellent.
I'm going to go figure out what the hell we're doing with them.
Gauge them, you know, maybe, I mean, you can't
Yeah,
write out a
test-
survey for
test
them,
the
but
waters.
test the waters, maybe have a few scribes with some written surveys go down, verbally ask them the questions, and then have them answer. I got it! Wait, let me make sure that's actually one of the things.
God, what?
Wait. Yes, I have a cunning plan. I can always do that. I can always say I can always announce I have a cunning plan.
Right. Well, let's go then.
You do that. I'm gonna go talk to some scribes real quick.
Lorenzo wanders off. Lady Helena, you find yourself in front of a crowd of rabble, I would say, who present themselves to you as the anti-Zobian volunteer regiment, I believe, and explained that they have formed in opposition to Zobia, but also in opposition to both the anti-Brant's volunteer regiment, which is roughly the same size, and the anti-going to war with anyone at all regiment, which is much larger than either of them.
I see. Multiple factions.
What?
Damn it, I thought this was going to be easy.
It seems I've made matters worse.
I see. So, Zobians, am I right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. As you know, I am, bit of a reputation. I'm sure it precedes me.
Yeah.
We're gonna get some things in order, I think, before we go marching off. Because what if we could get all these other factions unified together? We want to make sure that, when we go, we rout. We have a championship on the line here.
Yeah. 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 Go.
We have a reputation to uphold.
I was trying to think of like a mascot name, and then I realized that it was like we haven't.
Go
it's
Witcoin.
Yeah, go the mighty Witcoins.
Oh, Widcoins.
They are. Why don't you go ahead and you're giving kind of like an impassioned speech, yeah?
She's so conflicted right now because the plans that have been given to her are like all over the place, and she just wants to like go fucking ham.
Any path that will lead to war, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. Okay, let me look at my stuff really quickly.
All of us frantically looking at our stuff like, what can we do again?
Oh, this isn't a good idea.
Do it.
I'm intrigued anyway.
In order to be sure that I can trust you to rout all opposition, I need to know that you are tough and strong. Can you prove that to me?
Yeah.
While
Here's
you
what
are
I got.
in this courtyard, I want you to battle it out so that only the strongest soldiers remain. And I am going to spend a ducat to start a brawl.
Yep. They immediately, you say this, they cheer, and those cheers turn to just varying sounds of combat as they all turn on each other at once, start beating and thrashing and using their makeshift weapons and just throttling each other and punching and kicking and all biting too. There's definitely biting in there, and it takes over the courtyard. A writhing mass of bodies just absolutely beating the tar out of each other.
Wonderful.
You've got the start to a great army, if any of them survive.
Yeah, well, if they don't, problem solved. In the meantime, this ought to hold them for at least a couple hours. And I get the fuck out of there.
Fair enough.
I love Lady Helena so much.
A woman of certain skills.
Incredible violence aside, what's the other, I guess, different violent thing that we're going to do?
Well,
We've busied the anti-Zobian volunteer regiment.
Do we all reconvene in the throne room?
Yep. I find there was a
Probably,
brief
yeah.
moment where like Lorenzo was gonna come back out with a bunch of scribes with like rigged surveys, and then sees the brawl that happens. Like, oh, Lady Helena's been here. Well, that works. Anyway, go back to work.
Never mind.
You know what? Try to get surveys from some of the ones that like barely survived. Maybe we can get like some skewed results. I'll go to the meeting now.
The scribes holding the surveys tightly at their chest, looking in fear at the
Just
the
don't
throng of-
die. Whack
of
them with a
people.
scroll if you need to. Those are hardy.
Right before we walk into the throne room, I will hand Lorenzo a chalice full of a bubbling green liquid.
And I do have a ducat. Let me open up my thing.
Here you are.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Yep. So, we need to warm him up first, and then I can
Yes.
slip it into his drink, and then we can wham bam done.
Excellent.
So you all entered into the throne room, the war throne room.
Of course.
Brooding on the war throne, poking with his long, like, poking stick, shuffleboard mover thing. The Infante Inviolate, Intolus the Insolvent, is practicing, different ways of absolutely beating Zobia on the big board. He turns as you enter and says, my most trusted advisors.
Yes.
Are the people convinced of the justness of our cause?
We have had volunteers come forward, my liege, and we are vetting them as we speak.
I'm very happy to hear it. I always knew that, Lady Helena, you would be the strong right hand in this war, just as you were in the last war, and it would lead us boldly and nobly on to victory. And Lorenzo, I always imagined you being right at my side and facing every single danger with me, and both of us really, really leading from the front.
Oh man.
Yes, because that's
And,
always been my dream.
Baranoodle, I don't. Well. I thought of Miriam.
Iconic.
Miriam, my love. I just sort of picture you watching from a safe-ish distance, seeing me be very, very heroic from the field of battle, and showering me with kisses when I got back. It's very romantic. It's exactly how war should be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad that I get to do war with all of you.
Indeed.
Yes.
You're my most trusted advisors, and also my best friends.
Yes, my liege. Well, we should celebrate. I'll start pouring some wine into separate goblets, and I will spend a ducat to slip the Kingmaker 3000, or as
Yep.
Lorenzo likes to call it, the 3001, because that makes sense
Sure.
to him, into the king's fancier goblets. That way we can know which one is the Invante's.
Well, of
That
course.
makes sense.
And as the royal cupbearer, I will pull out the trays. Well, I'll just grab the Invantes first, because that's what you do as the cupbearer.
Yeah.
We
of course.
should celebrate with a drink and a toast to this celebration, and to celebrate anticipation of the war.
Excellent idea. Let's all go around and make a toast.
Excellent. I will hand it to him.
My toast will be the most important, so I'll go last.
Did you just say to your help?
Yes.
Do you help?
To your long reign.
To your great victory.
Damn it, you took what I was gonna do. To the kingdom and your great success.
Very good toasts. They're only really short, but that's okay. It leaves me more time to sort of do my toast. To people. That's what it's really all about. To the people of Dulcinea and their needs and their need for me in particular, and to the great, incredible, transformative and truly world enriching system of feudalism. May it last 1,000 years more and whatnot, and be replaced by something better, I'm sure. Better and cooler feudalism too, I don't know. And primarily to the people, and again to the people and their love and their need for me, and all of the great things that we're going to do together on their behalf via me and my incredible planning and to, well, all of us together sharing in our great victory forever and ever, as the circle says, or whatnot. And also to the incredible, gory death of Zobia and as many of its people as we need to sort of win or whatever. Cheers!
Cheers!
And he chugs it.
Yeah!
Yes. Okay, that'll be quicker.
Excellent.
Ubert fakes drinking because it does not trust Lorenzo.
Lorenzo trusts Lorenzo, so I keep drinking.
I feel quite strange.
Oh,
Feel it's just a very giddy sense of complete and total certainty that we're going to win the war with Zobia, and that there's absolutely nothing to worry about from here on out.
I comment. Amazing.
Points to Adam for the committing.
Bravo.
And he's dead.
I didn't catch that.
Congratulations.
I would like to know the sound that he made hitting the floor. Was it like a hefty thud? Was it a soft, like?
That was a pretty hefty thud. The war throne is tall.
I fell off the throne.
It was a thunk. He just kind of fell like I think he falls onto the table, actually. Like 10 feet down.
Flattering.
Just bump.
Well, no Archbishop, no involvement.
yes.
So what now?
Well, as my most trusted advisors,
No, you.
No.
You son of a bitch.
well, you see here, actually,
And I pull out a book that was under the table.
I actually have the legalist claim to this throne.
Oh, you did
Because
not.
I took the title of
I know
hold
what
on.
title you took, you son of a bitch.
Yep.
Because it was a title I was considering.
Where is it? Yeah, the Junior Carian Dynast. I have a legal claim to the Dulcinian throne.
Oh, that's
If
what I
your
thought it was.
liege finds out, you will be executed on the spot, but that doesn't matter now.
Is that the only copy of that, or do you have more of them?
Trust me, I've made several. Anyway, I need to get up there.
I hobble up on the throne.
Shuffling past the body.
I almost took Prince of the Blood, which would have made me distantly related to the royal family. I'm glad I didn't take it now.
Wonderful. Now, how are you all doing?
You son of a bitch! Was this why you wanted to do the bitchin' noise?
Oh, well, no, this is...
and I'm going to spend a ducat to add an eclipse into this scene.
An
Which is
eclipse?
yes,
What's happening?
which is why the Baron has been constantly looking at his pocket sundial this
Oh yeah, with the
this entire
timeline, the
time.
4-hour timeline that we have.
yeah. And then I'm also going to add a twist as the
Colton show, we're just along for the ride, besties.
Yeah.
as the chief architect. I designed every castle in the realm. I can introduce something similar, and as I said at the beginning, magic is done on a very long time frame. Spells
Sure.
take years and years and massive
What are
structures.
you doing?
You did do
And
that.
I did, and I would like to conduct the ritual to turn the king into a giant ageless worm.
Oh no! You son of a bitch!
What?
He's doing
Question.
This is another-
WYRM worm?
He's doing another Dune thing!
No, it's a
Dune
Dune
thing.
thing.
It's a Dune
He's
thing.
making himself Emperor Leto the Second!
Yes.
Yeah.
Long
we're doing
may he
Dune,
reign.
I guess. We're Dune.
He ruled for 45,000 years!
Okay.
I see. I love that you've laid this all out, and that you have all planned for this.
Oh, I've had this planned since I read
beginning.
I can introduce an eclipse into the scene whenever I
Since
want.
the beginning.
Phenomenal.
This is,
Hold on,
I
Dan,
would
do you have
say,
something you're gonna do?
Hold on, Dad has something they want to do. I want to
no,
see this.
totally.
If it had been anyone else pulling this off, Helena would not care this much. However, it's fucking Baron.
It's Oodle.
Valid. You're gonna throw off his first ever spell.
Yes. Fuck you.
Helena does not live for Oodle's joy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think anyone in this kingdom except for Baron lives for Baron's joy.
That's
Well,
yeah.
no, his homunculus do.
Okay.
Oh, they don't live.
Okay.
That's very true. They were never alive to begin with.
Oodle
I-
does then.
Exactly. Just Oodle is the only person that wants Oodle's happiness.
The bird.
I will spend a twist
Okay.
Okay.
and say, actually, I prepared for this.
Woo!
And
What are you doing?
and I call out Lady Pineapple, and my falcon bursts through the window.
More birds! Yes!
Okay.
I have
Lady
a bird
Pineapple
falconer,
falcon.
I have a loyal falcon, and in her beak are shreds of paper that she throws on the ground. And I say, this is all of the other records of your claim to the throne. And
You have the
I will
thing.
spend a ducat
I was
as the
thinking about
Minerval
it.
secretary to destroy all evidence that Baron Oodle has any claim to the throne.
Fuck.
That's why I asked if that was the only copy. I'm glad that you put that down. Yes!
Now, here's my question for you, Baronoodle.
Yes.
Does the spell you've been working is for it to happen? Does it require that you be the occupant of the throne in a legal sense?
Yes. Yeah. It does.
Cool. So what does happen is that the eclipse passes.
Well, may I?
I'm sorry. You also have things.
Yes.
Go for
We're
it.
gonna
Yeah,
explore
I
once
totally
again.
forgot.
Let's go.
Yep.
Okay. So,
Uh-huh.
as
Searching.
yes, As the Queen's chemist, I can concoct smoke bombs, hallucinogens, and improvised explosives.
Okay.
And as a twist, I'm going to say that your hawk was tripping balls and destroyed the wrong documents.
Okay.
Destroyed whoever would be the competitor of my ascension.
So you
And that is my
hallucinogens.
last twist. Yes.
Oh
All right.
man.
So
Did you have something, Gabby?
Yeah.
This is gonna be
Anyway.
very, very ridiculous. I want to introduce.
I have
Where are we
something
at
also
there?
if you don't.
Yeah.
Hey, you have something like Miriam.
We've been hoarding these
Listen.
all for this moment.
I
The
want to spend a
alternative to you
twist.
doing something. Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, go ahead. I want to hear this.
I was saying the alternative to you doing something ridiculous here is that we let the current ridiculous thing happen, which is just ripping off a Dune. So.
also, I feel like I'm going to have to roll for this.
Yeah,
Because there is
yeah,
a specific
yeah.
use magic ability, which I have 0 in.
Yep.
There's either the ridiculous thing I was going to do, or let this ridiculous thing potentially doom itself. I kind of want to do my thing because it's going to be kind of funny to
Go for it.
For it.
see if as a twist, as Lord Spymaster, I of course have spies in every nook and cranny.
Naturally.
One of those spies this entire time has been Oodle, the Pelican.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Oodles, my familiar.
The pelican?
Who better to spy on Noodle than his most loyal
advisor.
And Oodle,
We need-
whom I assume has also helped you set all this up, has actually been messing with the spell to help make it fail.
All right. So I think.
Plot twist of the season.
I think what we do here is you revealing your spy and like I don't know, like snapping your fingers, whatever your signal is, and like waddling out of the darkness of a corner of the room comes Oodle, looking sinister. His beady pelican eye fixed with
Getting your crow back out.
yeah.
It was a Raven.
Ah.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry.
And he disgorges he disgorges from his bill, his maw, his gullet, a brick, and this brick is like you recognize immediately is like the cornerstone of a certain building somewhere in the castle, and without this, your magic will go awry.
Oh no!
But it's too late.
Oh
The transformation is already underway.
Damn
Only
it.
the witch.
Oh, sweet mother of God. All right, 2
Yeah.
die.
Take the lower.
Take the lower. I believe in you. Come on, box cards,
I
baby.
don't.
Let's see it.
One.
Shh, I need to show you this. It's
we're getting
it's Snake Eyes. It's
Oh.
Snake
For a second I thought you were going to say it was boxcars, and I was like, I don't know what to do.
I
Fuck.
was gonna say if you had rolled double sixes.
Eyes. No.
That would have
Well, I
been
know exactly what to do.
incredible.
Which is that you feel the transformation come underway. The sky is dark. The eclipse reaches its zenith. The room falls dark because there's no indoor lighting, and there's thunder rumbling. The ground shakes. And then it clears, and sitting on the throne is indeed a worm of a very, very normal size for a worm.
My
skin is not my own.
Oh, god damn it.
And the worm is, of course, still technically, legally, the ruler of Dulcinea.
Well, rulers don't have to sit on the throne. They can just hang out in the garden.
Yeah.
I do like cabbage.
Good job, Oodles.
Phenomenal. So I assume one of you wants the throne. I don't. You're welcome to it.
I am ready to lead us up to the golden path for the next 3,000 years.
Could just squash him. I mean, he's little. Worst case. Or put him in a jar! Just put him in a jar! It's fine.
The job.
No, I kind of like the jar idea.
Yeah, I think putting him in a jar is the best option.
I do too. We can nickname him Kingy.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's a great idea.
Oodles, you happen to have a jar in there?
Oodles definitely has a jar in there.
Oh, I hate that.
Oodles disgorges the jar.
Oh, it's so wet.
I look over to Lady Pineapple. Don't ever learn that trick. I want to be clear, she was knighted. She was knighted by Sir Peanut, so...
Yes. She's Dame Pineapple then?
Oh, I guess Dame Pineapple, yeah.
Yeah. The ladyship would be, frankly, a lot of responsibility for a falcon.
Yeah.
Oh, truly.
Dame Pineapple. Just gonna kind of scooch Oodle into the jar.
Into a jar? Do you put like leaves and stuff in there for him?
Yeah,
Poke
yeah,
some
of
holes
course.
in the top?
There'll be some
Yeah,
bread,
yeah.
some holes in the top.
Nice.
You don't be comfortable in the jar.
All hail the fertilizer king.
No, but seriously, one of you's got to do that, or because that son of a bitch completely upended this entire kingdom, and
What son of a bitch? The woman son of the bitch or the dead son of the bitch who's on the table at the moment that we still have to figure out what to do with the body?
Fine, figure
we'll figure that out later. That's as far as I'm concerned, that was Oodle's doing. So
We can Invante.
That's why he's a worm now.
yeah, that's why he's a worm now.
Yes, it was a curse for killing the Invante.
Exactly. Perfect. Seriously, do one of you want that? 'Cause
I got it.
At this
Sticking
moment,
around much longer. That's fine.
through the doors of the war throne room, comes. Oh God, I have to check a name. Stefan, the astrologer, waving a chart.
Kill him.
Waving a chart and yelling, Infante, that was a most excellent portent of success and victory in the war with Zobia. He
Oodle did it,
gestures
we
at the
found him
body.
like this. And Oodle is gone, got turned into a worm.
Go ahead and give.
Oh yeah, go ahead. You
Go ahead and give me a bluster.
I mean,
It's not a lie, though.
I was
your
not the one
lie.
who gave him the poison. I made the poison.
It's your poison.
No. I gave
This is
it.
your plan.
I gave it to
This
Lorenzo.
is your plan.
No.
This is your poison. You just used the resources
I-
you had available.
I'm just a little guy. I cannot be held responsible for my
Yes,
actions.
you fucking can.
I still
Okay,
think
this-
it's bluster.
Oh, I have 2 points in bluster. I got this.
Go for it. Consequences that he does not
Don't
believe
say
you.
that. You don't
And,
say that,
and
Gabby.
raise the alarm.
You don't
I
say you
don't. I
got
shouldn't
this.
say that.
Yeah, don't fucking say that, Gabby.
Hey,
No, say it. Say it.
When you
It's
roll.
funnier.
Okay.
I of the three.
The
Hold
good
on.
news is that is still that is still a partial success. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's a tragedy.
That's
No,
not-
that's not.
That's a tragedy.
No, 4 and 5
And
are
I
partial
can't-
success. 1
I
through
can't
3
avoid
is
a
failure.
misfortune with a twist. I can't avoid a tragedy with a twist, can I? Okay.
I believe you are. No, I mean you can avoid a misfortune with a twist still.
And
If you have
I don't
twist
have a Ducat. Okay.
Oh.
Wait, Did I technically stabbed the Invante in the back, metaphorically stabbed the Invante in the back by giving him a poison drink,
You
right?
did. Yeah, that's fair.
Would ascending to the throne and becoming a worm be included in overcomplicate a simple plan with strange occult practices?
Yes. You get a ticket, but you are still a worm.
Sure. Yeah.
We're not rolling that back.
I don't want to.
You have the condition
of time.
You have the condition, worm.
Yes. Please go ahead and take the condition, worm.
Yes.
The out is
You're a worm for
that
life.
you-
That's the out.
well, yeah, like the out is that you have to be processed by some kind of bird in order to have the magic wear off.
Well, we're keeping
And
him in the
the-
jar.
He's in a
The
jar. he's fine.
consequence is that you only feel. Well, the consequence is you're a worm. I was gonna say something.
The
like,
consequence is that he's a
you
worm.
only
for
feel
life.
at home in gardens or whatever, but no, the consequence is you're a worm.
You're a worm. He'll never feel at home in his jar.
All right, so you're spending a ducat to as a twist.
As the court jester,
Fucking worm, I can't.
I could pass anything you were caught doing or saying up as a joke, however unlikely.
So
There's a dead man on the table. What do you mean?
However unlikely.
Okay, all right. So what I'm envisioning here then is that he just looks at you, and you say like, oh, it's a bit, it's a gag, you know, and then like you just kind of like shuffle closer to the Infante's body and like chalk out the side of your mouth.
Bernie's him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally said we can Invantes him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I didn't catch that. I'm sorry.
We can Invantes. That's what I said earlier.
And he says, my liege, what a clever joke. It's a good practical one. I didn't see that coming in my charts. That's a very Aquarius move of you, if I do say so myself.
Do something right for once. Just let me out of this job.
Well, I'm going to go draw up more charts, I think.
Yep,
Of
great
something.
idea.
Birth charts of essential will be essential information. I'm going to make birth charts of all of our generals, so we can
Great idea.
and all of our soldiers, so we can put them together, so that we will have an unprecedented level of military cohesion.
Yep, sounds great. Get out.
No, your chance will be alright.
We have important work.
No,
And he leaves.
Right.
See, worked like a charm.
I hate you all.
You keep doing that every single person. You need to find a better way to do this. Come on.
I was going. I have an idea.
How are you worm? Okay, can he? Yeah, no, he's magic. Yeah, of course he would talk
Yeah.
as a worm.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can hear him. Yeah.
I just
There's a
pressed the
very,
jar up
very, very tiny baron on top of the worm. Like it's a worm with a baron face and two little
Yep.
hands.
Yep.
Nightmare fuel.
God.
I hate
Nightmare
that.
fuel. I hate
Yeah, it's
that.
horrifying.
I love it, but I hate it.
Somehow it would be less horrifying if he were giant. Because he's small, you're like, oh, that's,
Like,
Oh.
no.
All right, what have we got?
In an inescapable dungeon, there is a homunculus of me that I can puppet.
I'm gonna ratatouille him.
I'm gonna ratatouille my own homunculus. I was thinking more an Evangelion reference, but ratatouille works too. I mean, Ratatouille is a mech anime.
You got 100%. Yeah.
Sure. I am curious. I truly don't want to rain on your parades. I am curious as to how that particular plan gets you anywhere.
Well, there's a
Aside
king.
from just having a normal body.
Well, there's a king. As opposed to just having to weaken
Oh, I see.
Bernie's the king.
Right, but the king is you.
Well, one of you all can make the plans. I'll just puppet the mech.
That feels like something you wouldn't just puppet.
No, I'm just chill. I'm just a little guy.
We all remember like 10 minutes ago when he tried to cast the fucking end of the
What I'm
world.
saying.
I do too. I do.
It was literally within this hour.
Not even 10 minutes ago. Like 5 minutes ago.
He wasn't going to end anything. He was just going to start the golden path to enlightenment for all humans.
I flick the jar. Just
You shake him. It's so loud for you in there.
Yeah.
Don't do that again.
I flick it. Okay, I'm trying to think what can we do? Okay, so I can easily take the throne, no problem. Wouldn't be the weirdest thing if I took the throne. No one question it.
I would argue he would be a worse ruler than I would be.
I doubt that.
I don't.
Of course you don't.
But you all still love me.
Just a love your mouse word.
No.
I would love to assure you, Oodle, that my feelings for you remain completely unchanged.
Yay.
Still was doing a lot of heavy lifting in that question.
Oh my god. This was not where I expected this episode to go.
What, you didn't expect Oodle to get turned into a worm? No,
I was admittedly forewarned about this. I didn't understand how it was going to happen. So I mean, Colton messaged me, and well, I'm gonna read this verbatim from last week after the session.
God.
Hold on, let me find that. Actually, that might have not been last week.
You've
It
been
was.
planning this since the beginning, and you decided to chill out of last week.
Yeah. You know, gotta keep
Yeah.
it fresh. It was, have you read God Emperor of Dune?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, that's Baron's plan. Become Worm God.
Yeah. Right, and so I didn't understand mechanically how that would be happening. And I guess this is the answer. So
Right.
I didn't plan for it. But also, I would say that one of the first rules for the GM role in this game is hold on lightly, and boy did I.
You just gotta ride the worm. Ride Shai Halud.
Oh, fucking hell. God damn it, Colton.
So, you are here. You have a worm in a jar. You have a monarch corpse.
Okay,
Um,
we'll say
you have.
Brunch soldiers. It was Brunch poison that killed the Involtate, and we can go to war with Brents. You still get your
Yeah.
war, Lady Helena.
It works.
Yeah, fuck it.
They're all
that
agreed.
reminds me, I should check in on the anti-Zobian force. I want to see how they're doing.
Oh, good point.
See who's left.
You know, poke your head out into the hallway. You can kind of see
Yeah.
down into the courtyard. There's like two people just kind of wearily like battering each other in a sea of senseless bodies. It's like actually a mound at this point. Are they dead? Are they unconscious? It's unclear. But
Great.
they're really going at it. Those two.
Well, the census
hope-
survey should be quick.
Good news is now the the forces who are against Brance now definitely outnumber those who are against Zobia.
So we have a plan.
We have a plan.
We have a war.
We have a plan.
And we have a new Invente.
Fantastic, wonderful. You know, I couldn't think of a better button than that. So I think now might be a good time to transfer to our end of session
That's
and
how
end
we
of
end it.
end of game.
How's it going?
How's it going, Jeffrey? Thank you. I was forgetting the title there.
Oh my god.
Now I will say, for how's it going, Jeffrey? A key part that I've been realizing we've been kind of skipping over has been basically when Jeffrey describes his misfortunes. Part of that is like downplaying them tonally and, you know, being like, yeah, well, like that's how that happens. And also like making them worse with descriptions. So if he's like, oh, you know, my grandmother got the plague, you'll be like, oh yeah, like your 97-year-old grandmother with like one eye and the
Got it.
bad leg.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's even funnier.
I
Okay.
love that we're
Alright.
discovering that in the last session.
Well,
What?
I kept
Last what's
thinking
up,
about
Jeffrey.
this, and then I always had a week to forget about it. It's the problem.
You're
Yeah,
so
no,
valid
that's
for
fair.
that.
That's fair.
So I did. But yes, that is a crucial part of how's it going, Jeffrey. So I wanted to make sure that we got it for this last one.
End it with bang.
And we can, and that how's it going, Jeffrey, will also, you know, take us into the epilogue, as it were. But we see Jeffrey shuffling along the road to Brance with his fellow peasants.
How's it going,
His fellow
Jeffrey?
armed peasants. Well, when they declared, well, I lost everything because I had been assigned. I had been hired at the place that did all the Bitcoin for a bit, and my boss was executed.
I mean, yeah, they were winning coins. Of course, people were gonna catch on eventually. Like,
Oh, your brother, that guy.
Well,
he
no,
was
my-
executed?
My boss. My boss.
I thought your boss was your brother.
Oh yes, he was my brother, I suppose. Yes, and also they briefly mixed us up, so I almost got executed, but they only managed to get my hands.
well,
What's
you
up,
are twins,
Stubbs?
so
That's true. It's an honest mistake, really. I managed to the stay of execution came at just the right moment for my head, but you know, the hands, and he holds up Stumps.
Oh,
Well-
you used to sew.
I did used to sew. It really calmed my mind. It brought me peace and joy, and also I could sell things. And now I sort of have to just sew with my teeth, and it's really not the same. And after that also, I mean, I lost everything in Bitcoin, so I had to try and find a new job, and I couldn't do that because I had the no hands. But I found work as a janitor in the castle. So that was good for a little bit.
Nice. Get any good, nice gold scrapings?
No, I fell ill because I was cleaning outside of the chief poisoner's office, and someone dropped quite a bit of poison there, and I didn't. There's no PPE. We haven't invented that yet.
wow,
So
getting sick from poison outside of the poisoner's office.
Yeah.
Wow, shocking, surprising.
Yes, and of course, I mean, we also haven't invented a
Safety meetings.
health insurance. Or yes, yeah, I know there's no workers' comp, so.
I mean, why would they? Like, why would they compensate us for injury? You should have expected to get injured on the job. I mean, it's the castle. Crazy shit happens
Oh,
over
it's
there all
true.
the time.
It is sort of a
Tower fell
death
last
trap.
week.
Yeah. I happened to I walking actually to the poisoners to clean up at the poisoners, and the Archbishop fell on me, and broke my toes.
Well,
And of course those have gone gangrenous. So
you should be honored that man got turned into like 14 different reliquaries.
Yes.
I did feel a little bit closer to God, I think.
Sure, that's what we
I felt
believe in.
closer to something.
The Archbishop.
I felt I was very much closer to the Archbishop, yes. And of course, that was one of my favorite toes also. So,
They grow back.
This is why you don't have.
Yeah,
favorites.
I had taken to selling foot portraits. Of course, I can't do that anymore. So,
Yeah, that was a lucrative way to make income.
It was.
I imagine
For a
there's
little bit.
market for it, regardless.
There was sort of a golden age going on, and I thought I could make back my fortune, and by fortune I mean the barest meager amount of money to keep me going.
Sure.
But it's okay, because then I got caught up in the anti-Zobian volunteer regiment, so it felt like I had sort of a sense of community, you know, and a cause and a purpose.
That can really get you through tough times, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they recruited my whole family.
Well,
How'd they do with the tournament?
Well, we all ended up having to fight each other and, kill each other to
this
win
is
the
what happens
spot
when
in
you
the
all sign
army.
up at a tournament at the same time and join the same bracket.
That's
Like,
true.
come
Yeah,
on.
don't
the
put
nature
your
of
family
competition.
members in the same thing, like chicken
I had to
eggs.
kill my other brother.
Well, that's what
And my
happens when
father.
you join. Yeah,
And my mother.
that's what happens when you try to prove yourself.
6 cousins.
That's really on you.
God.
You're really racking. I mean, you're gonna be great for this
7
whole
second
war
cousins. 3 uncles.
thing. Why don't we
5
just
aunts.
hold on? Everyone, pause.
A
Why don't we just
sister-in-law.
send Jeffrey to get rid of the branch? We don't. You killed like 14 people. We don't need to be here.
Jeffrey
that's-
got like the fucking Shining Star medal from Helena after this. Like,
Oh, that's
Like,
exactly
well
what they
He's
did.
the next person to learn Judge Judo. He will carry on the legacy.
They sent me to fight the branch all by myself. I don't know who you are. You're just tagging along.
we're all in your head, Jeffrey.
Yeah, you are. Well, I've got friends at least now, so.
Oh,
Hey.
I wouldn't call us that.
Oh. Oh, God.
Cannon!
Yeah,
Yikes.
this is. Well, gang, it's been quite a time. It's been so wonderful. We
You said we had.
started
Oh.
coasting high off a great war, end of a great war with Zobia, and immediately tanked the entire country's economy, and pivoted directly into a different war with a different nation. You killed your
Almost went to
liege.
war with Zobia again. It's fine.
You really lived up to your titles as most trusted advisors.
Uh-huh.
I'm so very proud of you all.
Couldn't have done better.
Yeah.
Well, this is unfortunately the end. We are going to have to say adieu, goodbye, etc. Before we do that, we do have our, end of session. Say goodbye. This has been Nerdsmith Presents. Yes, my liege, running the most trusted advisor system. I have been playing the late Infante and Violet, Intolus the Insolvent, who had, I like to imagine, just the poorest funeral in the history books for a monarch.
Yep.
It was less of a funeral and more of just an open dumpster.
Yeah. It also has a moat there was just sort of a kitchen heave
Pushed
kind
him
of
out a
quality
window.
to
Yeah,
it.
we just pushed him out a window.
My name is Adam. I'm happy to have been running this game and playing the Infante. I'm happy to have been playing it with all of you, especially.
Can everyone who, since we survived, can we say what their off into the sunset moment is? Just
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. What's your happy ending?
As we say our outros.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Miriam, in true fashion of what she's been doing for a while, just finds another noble. She keeps going. She's after that money, the real money, not the Bitcoin, after the gold. Yeah, just continues. Probably not in the kingdom because she doesn't trust a single thing Lorenzo's gonna do. But yeah, my name is Chelsea. You just saw me playing Lady Miriam for the last time. When I'm not here, I am still here on Fridays, playing Dragon's Crown with our lovely producer Franz and the lovely Gabby playing a different John, but still a John.
Still a dick.
Yeah, it's coming out. We're streaming tomorrow. It's gonna be really fun. We're fighting a dragon. We're probably gonna die. It's fine. And then when I'm actually not here, I'm bopping around on the internet under the username of Dang It Barb. Pretty much on any social media you can think of, and when I say pretty much any, I mean any. I'm primarily on TikTok and Twitter is the main two. I shouldn't be, but I am. And I sometimes stream on Twitch under the same username, Dang It Barb. I don't know when I'm gonna start doing that again. Life is a nightmare. That's it. That's all I got. Bye, guys.
So Baron's fade to black moment is little worm Baron cackling and opening the glass door that he built in this jar, and very, very, very slowly inching out and laughing maniacally to plot some more. I have been Colton, playing Baron Utul IV, God Emperor of Mankind. And you can find me on For Light and Dice, which is a 5e Star Wars 5e actual play podcast that is set in the High Republic era of Star Wars. And then I can also be found on Twitter for some inexplicable reason at ColtonZ9. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. It's been fun.
Hello. Lady Helena, following the war in Brance, because not really much of a national kind of person, not really. There is one thing that drives her. Leads the armies to great victory, as is expected of her. And following which, retires from leading the armies, and settles into more just training them and seeking the legacy of Judge Judo. Really, really shaped and moved onward. And because the war with Zobia was averted, she is able to carry on in secret her illicit affair with the Duchess Ify, without any complications from raising her nation a second time. She cares for Sir Peanut and Dame Pineapple all the same. I am Dan Pixel. I have been Lady Helena the Valiant, the Grand Marshal. I am on Twitch and every other channel as Dan Pixel, Pyxel. And I will be appearing next on Just the Humans stream for the One Piece Sagas RPG. That one's coming up in April. I will be a guest character in the final 2 sessions in April, Monday nights at 8 p.m. EST. You can check that out on their channel, Just the Human, just with 1 S.
Ahem. The now, I guess, King Lorenzo, in this case. unfortunately has a short reign as he surrenders to Zobia and passovers their land and everything to Zobia for them to take over. So everything is Zobia now, and he gets to be a faux puppet, which he's fine with because he loves being a sinister bastard. So that was his plan all along, was to pass over everything to Zobia and the Zobian dukes. So in his mind, he's the real winner. I have been Gabby. I'm Gabby. I have been formerly Count Lorenzo the Fool and now King Lorenzo. Kind of. The Fool. Yeah, it's stuck. It's stuck. You can find me on a lot of social medias as Blabby Gabby. I am also here on Dragon's Crown on Fridays. And right now on Mondays for Nerdsmith Pixel, I am playing Stardew Valley with our good director, France, and good friend Jay. I forgot names for a moment there. I'm sorry. And when I am not here at Nerdsmith, I am doing my own streaming, same username Blabby. I am also a voice actor, so I have some projects that I'm working on at the moment that I'm excited for. Yeah, I'm very happy and sad that we've come to the end of this.
Me as well. I thank you all again. That is directed at you, the players, and also you, the audience. It's been a really great time and a lot of fun, and really enjoyable. It's a first time kind of streaming, running a game on a stream experience. So thank you all. Before we head out, before we say our full goodbye, there is one more note. This is the end of this Nerdsmith Presents series. However, starting next week, we will have a new Nerdsmith Presents series named Hawthorne Manor, a Trophy Dark Limited series about a priceless treasure with a suspicious group of adventurers and a house who wants nothing to do with them. And that will be kicking off at 6:15 Pacific, 9:15 Eastern, April 4th. So definitely tune in for that, and see if you can find something to fill the void in your hearts and in your lives that has been left by Yes, My Liege.
I know. It's so
I think
cool
they'll do a
ending
great
this
job.
game so soon.
All right. Well, thank you all again. It's been excellent. Fantastic. Have a great night.
Bye.